fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And now, your defending Super Bowl champion, Pittsburgh Steelers.
On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets it up past the 35.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
This time, Jackson will throw it. A short throw caught by Andrews.
Jackson's pass complete to Mark Andrews. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Jackson now. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's another Baltimore first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. That's taken in left side by Whittington. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
Jackson. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they'll work make it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Off the option, here's Henry. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. On the counter, it's Henry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a man who played his college ball in Happy Valley, their rookie quarterback from Penn State.
And to say that this is a big spot is the classic understatement. It's a ton of pressure on this rookie quarterback as he gets to play right away. And let's face it, he's trying to take in every moment from his first start, but at the same time, he's got to focus on what's in front of him.
Short throw to Smith. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And he touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. Now runs straight ahead with Will. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it second down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Mike Green. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? Now the game's being played, figure it out both ways, and try and find a way to win.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 11 at the 35.
Now it's Jackson. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards, now it's third and 5.
Brings up third and 5.
Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. Oh, nice move. And now look at him go. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 59 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He'll try again running on here on second down. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up third and 10. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And I don't think he got there, no. He short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
But it's fourth down.
Let's go now.
They'll go with a keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
At the 44-yard line.
On the give, it's Warren. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play, 2nd down.
They suspected it as a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
He'll find Metcalf. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. From the 46, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Deep to return is Calvin Austin. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
2 minutes to play. First half, it's 14-0. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away.
some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A handoff for Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
This one deep for Wilson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
2nd and 4. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop the throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They were so close, that close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. As the season kickoff game is underway, we are counting down the hours until Sunday, our first full slate of games to bring you all the scores and highlights. Until then, let's get after it. And this is Courtland Sutton. This will wind up a touchdown. The Broncos come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. Next, it's the Windy City. We'll check in on the Bears. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. And this is Jared Goff. He'll decide to scramble here, and that's the right call. He's in from 9 yards out. This one's at halftime now, and it's the Lions trying to get the job done on the road. They lead the season opener at halftime. One more to show you real quick. It's over in Tampa, the Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. And it's Alvin Kamara. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Saints with the lead in the opener at the half. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticky.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Jackson. A quick throw there is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Running from the gun with Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete to the tight end Warner. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
13 more yards.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and goal, Baltimore.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand They've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First and 10.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Back to throw again.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Got his man, it's Warren.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers get a bit closer.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a give to Henry. And back to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. They'll get this complete to Whittington. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards. And a busy night for Henry continues. Looking for a seam, but finally. None. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Jackson now. That's taken in left side by Whittington. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
And when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren, 72 yards. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. They begin with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
Jackson. That one taken in by Whittington. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. The short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember, when their defense forced. And it's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Let's go.
Now a run and roll. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
The Steelers will line up.
They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
As we prepare for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now it's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Henry up the middle. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage,
advantage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
It's a gain of 10. And the Ravens first down.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Jackson. He'll try to pick it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The Steelers offense and their running back Jaylen Warren headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They go play action here on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Second and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
In motion left, Bateman. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Following the delay, here's second and 9. Jackson going to change things up a bit. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Jackson will throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff Coleman between the tackles. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So now the Steelers down by 11, 65 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end. But this one falls incomplete.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Coleman will try up the middle. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season.